But every single president on this planet has always said, I am a Christian. The majority of Congress, 80 to 90% of Congress are Christians. If you look at the demographics of America, 80 to 90% of Americans are Christians. So
Well,
when you say why do people rail against Christianity, it's because it's the religion in this country that has the most power and causes the most effects. Like over in Louisiana or over in Oklahoma, where they're trying to put the Ten Commandments into the schools, and they're making laws around LGBTQ people, making laws around abortion, making laws around other social issues. Why? Because of church, because of religion. That's why people rail against it.
what up, man?
Amy Sue, how's it going?
What up?
Any type of religious affiliation?
Yeah, I follow Jesus Christ.
Cool. All right, so what you got for me? We got 25 minutes on the clock.
All right, bet. So basically, I can say that it's evidence that we live in a world, and this world has to have some type of wise designer to put it together, because a dumb designer cannot make me as a human think the way I think, and it has to have order over everything. And it's evidence that it cannot be over two perfect beings. It has to be one perfect being to make everything even flow right. If it's two perfect beings, one will disagree with another, and then one will not. It's like they'll fight, and it'll just be destruction and destruction. It can't be more than one God. It has to be somebody, and it has to be somebody painting this picture, and it also has to be a wise person painting the picture. And in Proverbs 3:19, God says, I don't remember what he said, but he describes how he laid the foundation with wisdom and understanding. Yeah, it describes that in Proverbs 3:19.
All right, cool.
Disagree?
All right, cool. Yeah, I do disagree, because this earth is not really designed well, and you can't even prove anything that you're saying. So why would I
I
believe
can't
that?
prove nothing, but it's with the evidence. It's evidence that we even live on the earth, and it's
What?
evidence that
Yeah,
this earth
there's
has to come from something. You can't say
right,
life
right.
came from non-life.
I
'Cause
understand. I understand. Hold on,
Yeah,
India. I
yeah.
understand that there's evidence that we live on Earth, and this Earth had to come from something. I do agree with you there. That doesn't mean that there had to be a deity that made it.
And
This Earth could be a natural process.
well, how do you explain a tree the way the trees how do the trees move? How are trees alive? How are trees even, what kind of energy is that? It has to
Trees
be
are
some
trees are alive because of photosynthesis.
photosynthesis.
Yeah, that's how plants
What
grow.
about the way I think? I don't have a lot of biochemicals just thrown in my brain. These
Yeah,
things
you do.
have positions, and or they're not. If they were just thrown in my brain, I would be thinking like dumbly.
No, you wouldn't.
Literally. Yes, I would. I wouldn't know how to control nothing.
No, yes, you
Literally.
would. Our
No, I
our
wouldn't.
entire body is literally just chemicals put together.
But it has to have a wise designer to
No,
put
it
them
doesn't.
together. Yes, it does.
Why?
It has to. It
Why?
has to.
Why?
It has to be light and darkness also.
Yes, there has to be light and darkness. I understand, but
Where
why
does
does it have to have a designer? Why?
Because it has to, bro. Like you're asking
No,
me,
it
it
doesn't.
has to.
No, it really doesn't.
Why doesn't it have to? Why doesn't it have to?
Because it simply doesn't. Nature doesn't need a designer. Nature does what it does.
That doesn't. That's an opinion.
No, it's not. Nature
You're
nature
saying,
literally
so you're
does what
saying
it.
a picture doesn't need a painter?
But we're not pictures.
No. A picture doesn't need a painter?
Of course it does. But we're not pictures.
No. But we're living a picture.
No, we're not.
That's the evidence. What is this earth? A picture it's painted, right?
No,
A
it's not
lot of
painted.
trees. When you did your science project back in probably fourth grade, you probably did it on a table, and they told you to build a earth. And with your wise and understanding, I'm sure you put the stop sign right here, and I'm sure you put a human walking going on this street
Okay,
with a
and you
church
hold
on the
on,
other street.
hold on, and you because you're losing me here. That's not what we did in science class. What are you talking about?
Well, not whatever class that was, but you know what I'm talking about, bro.
Right. Okay. If we were in art class and they told us to paint something, yeah, of course I would paint, my street or something like that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about this earth and everything like that, yes, this earth is pretty and nature is beautiful, and I
Yeah.
agree with you all there. But for you to say that something had to design it, and nature just can't be nature, does what it does. That's what we see all the time. Because if you look at quantum mechanics, nothing makes quantum mechanics happen. Quantum mechanics is what it is. We don't know why quantum mechanics does what it does, but it just does it. For some apparent reason, we don't know why. But that's the floor we can get
For
to, because
some apparent reason,
because if
we
you
don't
scale
know
up
why.
if you scale
Come
up
on.
quantum mechanics, you get to physics. And if you scale up physics, you get to chemistry. And if you scale up chemistry, you get to biology and all the other sciences, et cetera, et cetera. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, if you're gonna yeah, exactly what I said. Like physics and quantum mechanics, we don't know why they do what they
We
do.
don't know why. So
We
we
don't know
just
why they do what they
and
do. They
like
just
we
do what they do.
but we have a book that's telling us how everything came about. In the beginning, there's time. Then you have God created the heavens. That's space. Then God laid the foundation of the earth. That's matter.
Can you prove?
So it's,
Can you prove that God actually exists?
I can't prove nothing, but I have a lot of evidence. I have evidence that
Which
God.
evidence? Well,
I
how
mean,
which
I would
which
be
experiment
fooled.
did you come? Which experiment do you have, or did you? I'll look it up right now. Can you tell me the experiment to look up that showed that God is the one that made the heavens and the earth? I'll go
That's
ahead.
the thing is, I would be fooled to believe in God just because a book tells me to. So for me, I was looking at the book and I did what God told me to do, like the commandments, chose to follow the commandments, chose to do this, chose to do, and the more I prayed, I was like, if Noah seen God like this, okay, why if God doesn't show favoritism? Why can't I have that same encounter? So I tell you from I know you probably ain't hearing the experience, because then you're gonna say the other people, quote unquote, God's real. But
Yeah, exactly.
at the same time, it's like like I said, we talked about it's light and dark energy. Though light and dark energy just doesn't move by itself. It has to have an operator. I just can't move my physical body
Okay,
without like, without the
give me a
soul.
second. I'm sorry, because we're kind of getting into I don't want us to jump to one thing towards another. All
I
right.
got
So
you.
first
I
thing
got
you said was what was about your experience with God. Yes, I'm going to bring up other people's experiences with God. Why is yours right and theirs are wrong?
Why? That's a good question. That's a good question. And if I want to think about that, it's because like I can honestly say when I was actually doing their practices back then. I did the meditation they was talking about.
Which one?
I actually like it was like this Kundalini. They were saying meditate. It's called Kundalini awakening. A lot of people think when they do Kundalini awakening, it's like they misinterpret a lot about it. And I was doing that to get an outer body experience. But until I called on Jesus Christ, the first time I called on him, I got an outer body experience. And I praised him in the outer body experience and felt his presence. So it's like
Okay,
it's like when
I understand your experience. What I'm asking is this: the people who actually believe in those things, they also got that experience the first time they prayed. So are theirs right as well?
what people are we referring to? Can you tell me one of their experiences and tell me?
Okay, let's talk about voodoo. My grandmother was a Haitian voodoo practitioner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was able to talk to Urzuli and Oshun. As a matter of fact, when my uncle passed away, she said that she went to go see a mumbo in Haiti when my uncle passed away, and she was able to talk to my uncle one last time. He was through a veil, and she was able to hear his voice and everything like that. And he said that he's with the ancestors.
Now, if I can honestly tell you, and you probably won't like this truth, but spirit like light and dark spirits are shape shifters. I mean, like it's true that we cannot talk to the dead because the dead knows nothing, and it's also true that dark spirits can shapeshift. So it's like if I was a dark spirit, I would do the same thing to get somebody to think. I bet it. Did she say Jesus? Why? It's like it's more evidence of God being real. I don't mean to shift off the subject, but it's like you see people blaspheming Jesus. Why not the other religions? Like, why Jesus? Like, why Jesus? Like, you got to actually think. Why Jesus? Why
because we
aren't
live
they? Oh, what? Because what?
because we live in the majority Christian West. That's why.
No, because
Yes, that is why.
well, okay. So why does the Bible describe Lucifer being an angel of music? Now in the world, the music industry is going against God, putting Jesus on the cross.
No, they're
Like
not.
that? So they're not putting. So if Lil Baby, Young Boy, and all these other celebrities didn't put themselves on the cross
Yeah, because they grew up Christian.
because they grew up Christian.
Yeah, like Jesus, Christian imagery
Like,
has always. Hold on. Christian imagery has always been in music, bro. It's always been. That's always been a thing because we live in a majority Christian West. The people who have the most power, the religion that has the most power in not only our society, but even in West African societies, are the churches, the Christians. They have the most power. Name a president that wasn't a professing Christian.
Name a president that wasn't a professing Christian.
Right.
What you mean by professing?
Meaning that they said that they were Christian and they went to church and you saw them with the Bible all the time, et cetera, et cetera. Professing Christians.
I know a lot of Christians that go to church, but I truly believe that you don't have to go to church to be a Christian. I believe the temple is the Bible.
Right. I understand, but like follow my point here. The point that I'm trying to make is that there has never been, like, the president is the most powerful seat on the planet because America is the most powerful seat on the planet. There has never been not one president that said, I'm not Christian. Not one. Every single one of them has said that they are. Now, Trump did it because it would be an advantage to him, of course. But every single president on this planet has always said, I am a Christian. The majority of Congress, 80 to 90% of Congress are Christians. If you look at the demographics of America, 80 to 90% of Americans are Christians. So when you say why do people rail against Christianity, it's because it's the religion in this country that has the most power and causes the most effects, like over in Louisiana or over in Oklahoma, where they're trying to put the 10 Commandments into the schools, and they're making laws around LGBTQ people, making laws around abortion, making laws around other social issues. Why? Because of church, because of religion. That's why people rail against it.
Do you believe in space?
Yeah, we have evidence of space.
Well. Now. I believe I'm a flat earther, and I don't believe in space.
Come on, bro. Like, not in big 2024, you can't be a flat earther and not believe in space.
Now, I gotta tell you, why did one of the people who said they went to the moon, why did he put a Bible verse on his headstone that said something about God putting a firmament over the earth? Why would he do that?
No, he didn't.
Why would he do? If I knew the dude's name, yes, he did.
None of them did.
Yes, he did. If
Which
I knew
one?
the dude's name, I'm telling you, if I knew I should never said it without knowing his name. But if I knew the dude's name, I can call out the dude. But
I know exactly who you're talking about. All right, that's a rumor about Buzz Aldrin. He never did that.
Bro, how do you know he never did that? You didn't go to his grave.
Because you can look it up and you can talk to his family. His family's still alive.
He did do it. I looked it up.
No, they didn't.
He did do it.
No, they didn't.
I'm telling you, they did, bro.
Okay, swipe away and Google it right now and come back and tell me which one.
So you say, no, you said, what's his name? What his name was?
Buzz Aldrin, right? That's the one who said that it was something like he what's that thing called again? He said that there's a firmament over the earth.
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yes, sir. No. Actually, no. He put the Bible scripture, and the Bible scripture said God put a firmament over the earth. No. Let's get it. Hold on, let's get it right. He didn't say it. The Bible said it. So it's like, and it's known that a lot of scientists are even atheists themselves. Come on now, if I'm an atheist and I don't want you to believe, if I am the devil and I don't want you to believe God, of course I am gonna of course I'm gonna say it's a space, because if it's a space, then that means it's not a firmament. That means the Bible is a lie.
What evidence do you have for the firmament?
Bro, it's
what evidence do you have of the firmament? For real?
I can't care. I didn't physically see the firmament, but we know that.
No, we don't, because people have been to space.
What evidence do you have of a space besides what NASA shows you?
What does we have space besides what NASA shows me?
Bro,
we can
NASA,
actually see
I don't believe
telescopes,
that NASA stuff, bro.
Telescopes.
I don't believe that those are not even. I believe those are stars. I don't believe those are planets.
Have you ever been to a planetarium?
A planetarium? Yeah, I actually have. I just don't believe in that stuff.
Okay, so you've been to a planetarium. You looked through a telescope. You actually saw the moon. You saw Jupiter. You saw all of that.
I didn't see Jupiter. I never seen Jupiter and Saturn and all that through
in a telescope. I have. Millions of people have. You can buy a telescope right now, and at the right moment at nighttime, you can look up into the sky and see other planets.
That's going to be a star. That's a star. How do you know exactly? You didn't go up there to know that that's
because we sent
actually
satellites up there.
No, what if that's actually a star? You don't.
We
I don't
sent
believe in
satellites
sat.
to planet.
It's
We sent
somebody
satellites
said
there.
something about satellites, and I don't. It's a lot of stuff that I
How does
don't.
GPS work?
Okay, you got a point right there. But still, bro, at the same time, I'm going to be concrete hard. I'm gonna get more evidence, bro, because you are right. How does GPS work?
GPS work.
Yeah,
Because
but
GPS works on the assumption that the Earth is round, not that it's flat. So if the Earth was flat, we wouldn't have GPS.
bro, NASA is the only. Bro, I know. Bro, NASA is the only people that say we even had a flirt around Earth. All the people back then, they envision Earth as a compass and a circle. Even in the Bible, it says God looks at the face of the Earth. A face is the front, which means flat.
Bro, the Greeks and the Indus Valley civilization knew that the Earth was round thousands of years ago.
Bro, they put it as a compass. Look at the pictures
The
of their old
Greeks.
maps. Their pictures are of a compass. That is a compass. That's not a spear.
All right, you ever heard of Eratosthenes?
No, I don't even know what that word means.
Eratosthenes
That
was
what that word means.
Eratosthenes was a person was from Greece, right? He's a Greek astronomer. Basically, he was an astronomer and a mathematician. He's the one that calculated the circumference of the Earth because he saw that the shadows at the same time were different lengths if you go to different parts of the planet. If he went to Egypt and he saw that the shadow was one length, then he went back to Greece and he saw that the shadow at the same time was another length. When he calculated the lengths of that, that's when he figured out that this had to be a round thing. This had to be a round circle, not this had to be a round planet, not a flat one. So Eratosthenes showed that the Earth was round. There was also the Indus Valley civilization. They knew the Earth was round. Columbus didn't think the Earth was flat. He knew that it was round because people knew for thousands of years that the Earth was round. There's
How
something
do
that
you
we figured
explain a
out.
rainbow then? You have to have some type of, I say glass, not glass, yeah, glass or some type of, you know how you spray water and then a puddle will be right there, and then it'll be a rainbow. How do you explain a rainbow in the sky with
You ever
a
seen a
round Earth?
you ever seen a rainbow in that's act that if you have you ever flown and seen a rainbow in the sky?
What are you gonna tell me?
Because
I actually never did. What are you gonna tell me
when you get
though?
into a plane and actually look at a rainbow in the sky, guess what it is?
What is it? I
It's a
gotta hear
circle.
this. It's a circle, bro.
It's a circle.
All right, bro. Have you ever flew and seen an airplane in the sky?
Yes.
So you had to take a picture of it, right?
A picture of me in an airplane.
No, of the rainbow. I know you took a picture of it.
Oh, no, I actually haven't seen it. There's videos of it though.
So you just told me you seen it though.
I didn't say I saw it. I'm asking you if you ever seen those videos. I'm sorry. I should have said this.
Oh,
Have
I
you
don't.
actually ever seen videos of rainbows in the sky? The rainbows are actually a circle.
Oh no, I never seen videos of rainbows in the sky.
Yeah, if you look at videos of rainbows in the sky, it will show you it's a circle.
But what I can say, wait, why don't you even believe in God? I have to ask, like, did you, like, one thing I don't want people to do, I do want you to at least get a lot of evidence why you don't believe in God and literally if there is a God, go to God. Like, if you say there's not a God, I know there's a God, but if you believe there's not a God, still try to talk and see, because we talking about a life, and if there is a God, imagine how you're really gonna feel knowing that you perished for a lack of understanding.
If there's a God that actually exists and he's going to send me to hell just for not believing him because he didn't give me any evidence, then that God's a jerk. I'd rather be with the people who were good people on earth and just didn't believe because of lack of evidence. What made me not believe is not because of evidence; it's because of lack of evidence. Give me 1 second. Hey,
Got you,
James
bro.
Cart, I do see you in the comments. Give me a few moments. Me and Inuasu, we're about 5 minutes away, and then we're gonna be done. Just give me a few minutes. All right. So yeah, when it comes to the whole God belief, I stopped believing because of lack of evidence, not because there was evidence of something else. Matter of fact, there's evidence that what's said in the Bible is not true.
What's said in the
So
Bible that's not true? I like to know. You
Noah's
probably
Ark,
gonna say something I haven't read, but I like to know so I can go read it later.
Noah's Ark.
How was Noah? Now I've heard videos. They have the exact measurement of what they say Noah Ark was. I see that. I seen the actual picture. I've been seeing that picture. So that's a little evidence that Noah Ark was real. But I don't want to just believe that picture. I want to see some more stuff. But I mean, I can't say the Noah Ark one, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I seen somebody say somebody they put a picture up there and the people measured it. And that's the same way they said Noah Ark was. The
Yeah,
same
and
way God told him to build it. It's the same way the scientists measured it.
yes, yeah,
Whoever you put out
and
there.
guess what? It wasn't any scientist or archaeologist that measured it. It was a guy named Ron Wyatt, and even Christians have said that Ron Wyatt is a liar. He didn't actually find Noah's Ark. That's just a rock formation. Now it's a very little, like, it's a very unique one. It looks very nice. It looks like a head of a boat, but it's a rock formation. No scientist has ever confirmed that this is Noah's boat. Look up Ron Wyatt. Ron Wyatt is an actual liar. He's not telling the truth at all.
How can we just go off of what somebody says about a person and then run with it? If they say that somebody is a liar, when in the evidence he measured it and it says that, I mean,
Right, but the thing is, we never just when it comes to things like science and archaeology, you never just go off one person saying that they found it. Because for example, I can tell you right now that I found the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant is in my attic. That doesn't mean I actually found it. I can bring out pictures of, say, hey, here's the Ark of the Covenant. I found it and put it back in my attic. Now, if people actually come to my house and say, hey, can we carbon date this? Can we take this to historians? Can we actually test it out to see where this is from? And I tell you, no, just believe me. Are you actually gonna believe me?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna.
Exactly. That's what Ron Wyatt did.
I gotta keep it real, and I gotta understand the fact that you don't believe that. But at the same time, I can say that I have a lot of personal evidence for the relationship with God, because I know I have a lot of personal experience. So I know I can't say personal experience because, like you said, how do I know? A lot of other people's personal experience isn't right. But I'm telling you, bro, I really do not want you to lack perish for a lack of knowledge. Like, you don't want to perish for a lack of knowledge, bro. I I know you may think you know what you know right now, but I would still love for you to ask the wise understander who created the universe about a lot of things, because a lot of things are twisted by people's own opinions, and I don't want you to fall into that, bro. I like, and I know I can't even I'm not gonna force you to follow Jesus, because I can't force love, but at the same time, I can ask you to at least pray one time and ask God, if you real for real and you say you love me, show me evidence so I won't perish. You say you don't want me to perish. Show me how much you don't want me to perish. And I'm telling you, I'll follow your word. I'm telling you, ask him. He will, bro. Wait, do you believe in supernatural things?
No, I have no evidence for them.
Yeah, so it's like this conversation will just go in a circle. Like that girl said, it'll just go in a circle. Like, and like, it's
The
like,
thing is, that's always my problem. Why do we actually have to pre-believe it before it's proven? How come we just can't show it?
well, I can't prove that we're having this conversation, but the evidence is that you hear my voice.
Yeah, I hear your voice, but your voice could just be a natural phenomenon. That doesn't mean it's supernatural. The problem that I've always said, the problem that I personally always had with people is just saying that, this is gonna go into a circle because you're not gonna believe, you're not gonna budge. I can believe something if you actually give me proof and evidence of it. You feel me? If I actually have to believe it first and then get the evidence, that just makes me incredulous. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, why do we have to believe something before it's actually proven? Just prove it to me and then we'll believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if God is really out there, he can just give everybody the road to Damascus experience. You know what happened to Paul on the road to Damascus, right?
Actually, I don't. What happened to Paul on the road to Damascus?
On the road to Damascus, the reason why Paul became a Christian, started believing in Jesus, is because that Jesus appeared to him in the sky and said, "Why are you persecuting my people?" And in the story of Acts, that's how Paul became Christian. God can literally just do that for everybody in their language at the same time. He can just do that right now for everybody. If that were to happen, then there will be almost no one who would say that it's not true anymore. Like, sure, there'll be people who are out there who say, "Oh, it could have been aliens or a mass delusion," but this specific one, that would be like, that would be very, very unlikely. So, like, that would make everybody believe that that would make most of the planet believe right, it'll convince me. It will convince me, like, if God appeared to everybody in their own language at the same time, not just me, you know what I'm saying, but everyone. If I were to go outside and they actually said that, yeah, I saw Jesus as well, and a million people out there said, yeah, I saw it as well, and 2 billion people said, yeah, even in India and Japan, where they don't have a Christian religion over there, if they were to say, yeah, I saw it as well, then sure, at that point, I'd be like, okay, there's something to this. I'm probably gonna believe it. But saying, oh, just believe this because this book said so, like, come on,
Yeah,
bro.
I understand. But the thing is, he kind of walked the earth and kind of did what you just said, like in the flesh, but people didn't believe. Just like right now, that's the craziest part. That's why the book got wrote. Do you think a whole bunch? Isn't it crazy how a whole bunch of people that didn't even know each other had the same thing to say about one man and one spirit? All these people really didn't even know each other. Like from this, they didn't. So how did they talk about the same exact spirit in the same exact way?
The
How
dis-
did
the
how?
disciples could have the disciples might well could have existed, because I have no problem with Jesus as a person actually existing, or like the character of Jesus being like 12 different people who got amalgamated into one, because that would happen to King Arthur too. You know what I mean? So like I don't have any problem with Jesus as a person existing out there. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not really a mythicist. The question is over his divinity, his over his powers. Did he actually walk on water, heal the blind, feed 1,000 people, feed 5,000 people with a bro with fish and with fish and bread? Did he actually do those things? Those are the questions that I have. Him as a person existing and people, worshiping him. That happens today. People worshipped what's that guy's name? The one that had the cult that went to Brazil. Um, oh my God, that was on the tip of my tongue too.
Wait,
The
so you
People's
saying you
Temple.
believe that Jesus existed?
Yeah, I have no problem with Jesus existing as a person. Sure, he probably
So,
exists as a
like,
person.
that's the thing. If Jesus existed and all these people,
Jim Jones, that's his name.
even people that didn't even write books in the Bible, I seen this somewhere. Even it was somebody that didn't even write a book in the Bible, but he said somebody he was saying that he wrote something about how he encountered Jesus. How do, like, if Jesus really was truly who he say he is, then like a lot of people, this is the thing about the world. We look at the Bible and we say, I wouldn't want to follow Jesus because he is evil. But a lot of people just don't want to accept accountability. A lot of people are stubborn. A lot of people think they right when they're really wrong. And it's just because if I think I'm right, I'm not saying you wrong, and I'm not saying I'm wrong, because I could be wrong. But it's a lot of evidence that I had, and it's, you say you have evidence. But what? But huh? Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
No, no, it's all right. But yeah, what I would the things that I was gonna say. Jim Jones is who I was thinking about. So yeah, there are people who believe that there are folks who are miraculous, and they just turn out to be regular human beings. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing could have happened with Jesus. You feel me? So I have no problem with him actually existing. There's a divinity that I have an issue with. I'm not just gonna say that he was a divine creature just because the book says so. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's no way to actually show that he was a divine creature. People, there are tons of books out there, not only from the Middle East, but from from Africa to Europe, to the United States, the Native Americans that were here. All of them had stories of people being divine. You know what I'm saying? So this one, having to accept this one is something that I can't get with, because it's like, why should I believe that one over all the others? There's no reason for me to. But we are out of time, bro. I do gotta go ahead and let you go. I gotta bring somebody else up. I appreciate you being here, though.
Oh, no problem, man. Good talk.
Talk. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. I do appreciate everybody who's in the comments. I do appreciate all the likes.